Welcome to Bold Talk series where creativity, leadership, ideas, innovation come together. My name is Epi Ludvik, and today I have a privilege to have a short one-on-one conversation with Erik Londré, founder and CEO at Karta. Erik, great seeing you and welcome to our Bold Talk series. How are you?
I am very well, and thank you very much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
It's great. Erik, can you tell us about the inspiration behind Karta and what motivated you to start the company in the first place?
Cool. So my background has always been in sort of making people have fun. I started making people have fun, when I was as a teenager, throwing over-ambitious house parties that turned into warehouse raves and gigs, and then I started running nightclubs. And as I grew older, working in nightlife, I started to do more and more event marketing, working with beer brands, record labels, etc. And basically communicating brands through experiences. Uh, then when I started working in gaming and esports, when I was hired back in 2013, in the early days of sort of the rise of esports by Twitch, the big streaming giant, to do these after parties at these gaming events. And I sort of fell in love with esports and the sort of rise of this new youth culture, and I wanted to be a part of that. So I became friends with the founder and CEO of Fnatic, which is a big esports team based out of London, and I got a job as head of events. So now I was doing experiential marketing, communicating brands and experiences to gamers in the real world. It was great. I traveled the world, got to go to all these incredible events, and then the pandemic happened, and my title was head of events. So it's fair to say that things changed. So I started looking into ways of doing brand experiences and creating exciting experiences for our fans inside of the video games that they were playing. And the big sort of shift and the big eureka moment that made me quit my job was when I realized that Epic Games allowed any brand and any organization to put their logos and their products and do marketing using their platform of Fortnite without us having to pay millions of dollars in licensing. And basically, when I came to that conclusion, it made me think that if brands knew that they could be inside of the world's biggest video games without paying an arm and a leg in licensing, then every single brand is going to have to be there, because one of the universal truths of marketing is that you need to be where your audience is, right? And uh, I sort of, that weighed heavy on me, that I had understood something about where the world was going. There was also this bigger vision of the metaverse, where these virtual worlds would, not just be places for fun and entertainment, but also where you socialize, where you do your shopping, where you get your education, where you consume other types of culture and content. And I sort of landed on the vision of the future, that these platforms like Fortnite and Roblox and these massively popular social gaming platforms would be where the next revolution of marketing would happen. And my background was in making people have fun, communicating brands and products through experiences, and marketing to gamers. So it felt like it was all coming together, and I decided to start Karta. And we build brand experiences and fan experiences across some of the world's biggest platforms previously mentioned. And it's a super exciting space, and I've had only fun jobs all my life, but I'm having more fun than ever doing this one. So yeah, extremely happy to be here.
Nice. Well, it's interesting times, right? We have today Apple moving in the space of virtual reality with the Vision Pro. This product has pretty much the technology stack that no other product has. How does Carta look in terms of these type of these type of innovation that's happening at this time, and how are you incorporating into your into your business?
So how we think, we don't look for exciting technology. We look for exciting culture and people gathering. That is what excites us as humans rather than the technology. But the technology that is being built right now, like what you mentioned with um, what Apple is doing with the Vision Pro, it's we're excited about what that will enable for human culture and human socializing, and that's what we're looking for, really, more than sort of the different technology. And so we only work in these on platforms that already have big audiences and big culture going on, if that makes sense.
All right. Yeah, I mean, so obviously, like the technology, the reason why I mentioned it, because that changes behaviors, right? So
Exactly.
you're in that experiential marketing where pretty much, if you look at, for example, what these technologies can do, they can, not that I will say they'll replace the physical environments, right? But these virtual environments that can you can participate and be part of it in an instant and make it appear like you're pretty much teleported. It's really exciting, and it really saves a lot of time. If you bring in 100 people in a room, and make it appear like they are in the room, right? So that's my take. Now, Erik, how do you see the trends that are happening right now in your space, given the fact that we have all these, again, I'm talking about technology because technologies are are there for a reason to make our
Mm.
lives better and to make the interactions better. How,
Hopefully.
yeah, hopefully, yeah, of course. I truly believe the intention is always a great intention. The problem is that when we have a private equity stake and hijacking these companies, and that's a
Yeah.
different story, right?
No, so I think the trend that we're really excited to see play out, and it's a big one, is the sort of these platforms becoming more and more open. So the ones we work on are Roblox, Fortnite, Zepeto, but there's also more being built. And a big one that we're very excited about is on-platform e-commerce. So basically, that you'll be able to, not, when you visit, one of our clients' brand experiences, we work with Hugo Boss, that you can go to the Roblox experience that we've created for Hugo Boss and actually buy the physical clothes and have them delivered to your house. That aspect is something that we're really excited about, in terms of like new opportunities and developments for our clients. But overall, we're just excited to see where it's all going. I'm really looking forward to like VR eventually becoming sort of more native to, and not sort of a curiosity, which I still feel like it is. I mean, and I hope that we see some sort of standout title. Maybe it already exists. Maybe it is Gorilla Tag that's gonna, make all these kids into VR helmet natives, etc. But yeah, that's those are the things that I'm looking for. Is like, because to me, like virtual experiences are not interesting on its own, where they stand on their own. They're only interesting in relevance to another experience. And I think that's what we're battling with in terms of, AR and VR experiences, is that not enough people have enough experiences so they can compare them to something. If that make it does that make sense, Epi? What I'm
Yeah, I got you, man. Got you. It's it's sometimes when we look at these technologies, right? For me, it's like I see as the as an opportunity to bring something that it really helps make things better. That's all, and makes it great. And makes it great. There's
Exactly.
no point just to have the technology for the sake of it, or make it use a part of a buzzword that, like PR people like to do that, right? But now, when you're innovating, right? When you're creating something, what role does like your customers, your clients' feedback play in shaping your product offering, shaping your growth strategies in a company?
Oh, it's a complex question, right? I think what we're always looking for is like is are the things that should be there that just has been missed or overlooked, and that I think that's all good ideas are really like that. It's like it's often about finding two disconnected behaviors and finding a way to combine them. It's about the problem that no one has given enough attention, and I think that is always, constantly we're getting fed that these things and getting inspirations from both our sort of clients on the brand side and the people that are playing our experiences on the platform. And I think, that aspect, I think, is probably the one as I said, I really love my job, but it's definitely a really fun aspect of trying to figure out what is needed,
Mm.
what is going to make people's lives better, more fun, more efficient, right?
Yeah, yeah. Now, what is your approach to failure when you're trying new things? Obviously, you're in the world of trying to bring these experiences, bring this innovation, and how do you encourage risk taking?
So we have a risk-taking wise, like, and I think the goal is that when you take a risk, the worst outcome is that it propels another part of your business. It becomes a good PR story. It becomes a stepping stone for the next project. Then it's sort of the risk. You minimize risk by like, creating the best outcome is something that will make you tens or hundreds of millions of dollars, right? But the worst outcome is that you got created great PR that maybe drove another aspect of your business. So that's like what we're looking for. But there's a little bit of like, there's the magic aspect to it as well. Like, does it make your hair stand up a little bit when you think about the opportunity and the idea, right?
Mm.
So it's not to become like some sort of risk adverse computer. I mean, I think future favors the bold. I think I took a big risk myself, starting this company and leaving my job and not making any money for a long time, and it was the best thing I could do. But yeah, it's always about being bold, right? Pun
Yeah.
intended, I guess.
Talking about bold, what does bold mean to you, the word bold?
The word bold. I mean, it's about thinking bigger. It's about thinking in solutions. It's about thinking in what could the world be. What could it look like? And I think that is rare. Like, even positive people sometimes have a hard time imagining like uh well, even, what could our company be in 3 months? Because it could be completely different in a much better situation. And I think that is boldness, it's about imagination, it's about taking risks, it's about going from idea and thoughts into actions, which I think, is extremely powerful.
Yeah. Well, it's all about actions, my friend. Always be bold. Congrats for your stepping up and making a difference in your life and other people's lives, and doing great things and bringing the beautiful things in the world. Thank you for joining me at this Bold Talk series, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Until next time, take care, be great, and be bold always.
Thank you.